For the other heroes were created by Moonton. It was Aurora and Cho as the natural counter for Fanny.
And that's going to be a Carmilla once again being shown, but this time from the Homebois.
Seminars.
The man.
Camilla again.
Yeah.
I mean, he has played in both Rome and also XP throughout this tournament. But for Homebois itself, they play it on the XP. They also play on the Rome, by the way. Both of them wins. So they really love Camilla anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to leave it to you to figure this one out because I'm going to go into the think tank. It's all you, my casters. Please take it away.
Okay, so in terms of simple execution, it's definitely on RSG's side. But again, if you're able to go, or if you're able to do your winning condition, if you're a Homebois, then it's gonna be an easy route for you. Again, this is a comfort Claude for Nets, so things are looking good for Homebois. They might want to go aggressive against Irad, because if not, things will be the other way around, because hey, it's a Fanny and you don't want to see other players from RSG Philippines on your purple buff.
Yeah, and if you overcommit to Irad, I mean, the danger, say, playing the Harif can run wild. I mean, we know Harif at the late game, what sort of damage you can go. Not even on the late game, even on the mid game, we can start to actually dish out a lot of damage as well.
Yeah, and at the same time, Sir Cloud, again, for Harith, he's up against a bouncing ball of a ball. So dancing on that sound force might be difficult on the latter part of the game. But yeah, for RSG Philippines, they need to do something on countering out this surprise plays from time to time from Mal.
Oh, only level 1, level 2, but they try an attempt onto Aqua, but now they might be countered back. Light is pretty low. Light needs to get away to safety. They're all in level 2, level 3, so their skills are not that much. No ultimates for anyone just yet. But that means everybody survives.
Yeah, and everyone's safe during that time. So, looking at the player emblem, nothing much from our teams, more in the objective-centric type of jungles, even though they're assassins. The difference would be on the gold laners. So, it's a magic damager versus a physical damager. It's up to the farming, but in terms of range, it's definitely on Kusei's side in terms of poke damages that he can give.
Okay, no way on the dragon yet, so Ude will not be kicked. So still okay. Imal, he does have to cut throat though, but no big commitment yet because he knows that the turtle is going to be up.
Yeah, you know what? If you're Ako, you have to be mindful of using the skills. You have to be prepared just in case Amal's gonna go for the dive. But the good thing is that if you're an Aurora, since you have the passive, you can capitalize that actually to bait out Amal on, hey, I'm a target, you want to target me? Go for it. And then we have the counterplay from RSG Philippines.
Yeah, speaking about targets now, Ye3 might want to try his luck, but he's not going to be able to overcome the retribution. So the first turtle will be given to RSGPH.
And it's a nice thing also for Light to be actually there in the purple buff area of Amal earlier, because there's an information for Iran and the rest of RSG Philippines that, hey, you can go for the turtle. There's no pressure because Amal is here taking the purple buff. So things are looking good for RSG Philippines. But again, the lineup of Homebois is meant to have nets activated. As long as there is no disruption from his laning, then there's no problem for Homebois.
Yeah, but let's see. When it comes to execution and team fights, right, who do you think will be the better one? But hang that thought for a second because you might see the first blood here in the spike wave. Era will get Amal. Amal, he flies in, but unfortunately he's the one that went down. Light will survive. Mal might be the next one in trouble. Era needs to back up as well. Udil not able to get a kill, but Udil is quite separated from his team. Nibo will try to zone him up, but Irat is turning back though. Yeah, 3. Gotta be extra careful there. Aqua will be the next one to fall, and finally we get the second kill after this long fight here. But the fight's not over yet. As Ye 3 might still be hunted down by Nibo. Irat shows himself and he gets a double kill from that fight. That is a very long one, but ladies and gentlemen, hold your horses. We're not done yet as Emal shows up with a kill from afar.
No one is ready to end the team fight just yet. All along, I thought it was Homebois on the lead or at the upper hand during that moment, but because Ako used his flicker actually to get another kill against Homebois, there was an intel that, hey, Ako used the flicker already, why not take him down? But after the time, Amal was alive and went for another kill, so it's 3-2. And RG still on lead, yes, but they have to be mindful of those overextension type of plays.
One angle that I want to put out, right?
Yeah.
Is that okay? But anymore, okay, nothing much there. But
More
one thing I
hooks.
want to put out is that for Emal to be really, really effective, he must have the purple buff. So if RGPH can somehow steal away all the purple buff from Homebois, then Emal will level down, overpower down. But
Yeah.
look at this turtle right here, who was stealing Crusader, ensure the turtle goes to RGPH, and now it's time for a little chase. But Homebois, they said we don't want a long fight again.
Yeah, it's still a good trade or it's still a good objective for RSG Philippines. Kusei taking that Lord in front of everyone from Homebois. So, bottom lane.
Oh, 4-on-1 by Kusei. Not a problem. Anyway, Irad is there. Together with other members of RSG. Okay, they know that a couple of skills have been used. Oh, yeah, 3 is in trouble. Yeah, 3 by Rest wonderful. But before that, Udil goes down first. They know that they're targeting that. Udil is more important. Mal will not be able to escape despite his attack. And this is goal time now for RGPH. Perhaps on the Nets. Nets is pretty low as well. But RGPH, disciplined gameplay. Not going to go in for the chase.
Yeah, RG looking good with those plays. We have Nibor on the setup play, even the pokes from that Jit Kundo from a light, taking down the turret at the bottom lane. Currently at 1.8k gold lead. So Irad is just farming from time to time. If he has the kit to be part of the team fight, why not use the shadow kill? Even maximizing the first kill of the Hayabusa just to deal damage against Homebois. And you know what? I'm loving this Aurora pick already for RSG Philippines because of the passive. They're not targeting him, and if ever that there's going to be a blazing do it from Nets, even though the damage is too high, the passive will be activated, and he'll just do another skill against Nets.
Oh, speaking of activated, Ima. Oh, no. There you go. Not only that he got killed, but the orange buff got stolen away.
Yeah, so it's as if RSG now has the timers that, okay, in the next 28 seconds, there will be an orange buff at Homeboy side. Why not again limit the potential of Amal? So everything is just step 1, step 2, step 3 for RSG.
Well, step 1, step 2, step 3 for Nets as he stepped away from the fight. Just in the nick of time, his health was super duper low.
Yeah, and imagine, Sir God, there were 2 players from Homeboys during that time, but that is already the damage. Oh, wait.
Oh, man. Shanta, this is like a brawl here that we're talking. Yeah, 3. When we take it out by Aqua, but look at the back line. Looks like Light. Siege down by Ima. Ima does not have the purple buff, so he cannot extend this fight.
Yeah, and for RSG Philippines, this is a perfect time for them to take another kill, maybe, or maybe an objective against Homeboys. And look at the damage that we have for Irad. So everyone is just like backing away whenever they see him.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Irad 4-1-1 can totally understand the amount of damage output they could potentially come up with, and that also means that it's going to be easy for him to get this turtle.
Okay, so Irad currently is at 6k gold. Guys, after the Hunter Strike, he went in for the Blade of Despair. Okay, so it damage item over damage item.
Okay, Bao being the frontline guy, but Bao underneath the turret. Looks like
Whoa!
RG Philippines is not going to be faced by that. Kusei is going to go, but look at Ima for the back. Ima comes in. Oh no! Ima, the idea was there. I saw what you're trying to do, but RGPH, amazing map awareness to spawn him out, and the fight's not over yet though. Udil cannot do much about this. Oh man, Jadel.
When we said earlier during the draft that Light was a good Cho user, he's proving it right now. He knew that Amal will be inserting or will go and try for a kill after those key fights. So he reserved his Way of the Dragon, waited until Amal will be part of it, and then just went in for that. So RSG Philippines just be prepared. And again, after the Hunter Strike, went in for the Blade of Despair. So imagine the difference in terms of the damage here for both Irad and Amal. So things are looking good again even for the gold laners. So you have the Feather of Heaven already for Kusei, hence the dances on those Zaman forces. So if you're Homeboys, you want to be equipped on the defensive item already, but so far it's just the Thunder Belt for the Cupra for Mal.
And look at the damage leaderboard for Ima. He's like number 8.
Oh, right.
He's just right above the 2 roams.
So that's very low. That's a good point, Sir Cloud, because if your lineup is a Claude and a Valentina, you're expecting to have the early damages from the Fanny. So right now, the win condition of Homeboys is to activate nets and have Amal clean up like after the blazing duet from nets.
Yeah, needs to find a good timing there. Okay, Ima will try, but Ima could not even get through as Ira will secure that lot, but now the fight continues on. Look at
Here comes
Nebo behind. Nets will show up behind with a blazing duet onto the back line, putting a lot of damage onto Nebo, but Nebo still survives with the last stick of help. He's not able to get a kill onto Nebo, and instead, Homeboys loses 3 players, including the Lord.
Kusei is the way. Even buying this Holy Crystal after the team fights, imagine the difference now, 6-5 for the Harris. Even though there was a nice entry for that blazing duet, but because of the sustain, the shield that Harith has, it was difficult for Homeboys to like sustain the damage from him and try to kill him before a team fight. So again, RSG Philippines very effective on this type of play. The board doing a great job on setting up a play against Homeboys, and even Aqua doing the follow-up pokes with the crowd control with this Aurora.
They tried multiple tactics, right? They sent Ima from behind, they sent Nets from behind, but none of them worked out for Homeboy so far. And now they need to deal with the Lord that's currently at their doorstep. The Lord will lead the charge. At the same time, the other members of RGPH just behind the Lord, waiting for an execution to happen. And looks like Nets will need to get away with the battle mirror image. He has to lead this fight for now.
That's a nice juggle with the Lord for Homeboys. Someone that took the damage so that the Lord won't push through at their middle inhibitor turret. But yeah, for Irad, this is the Blade of Heptasis, so added physical penetration for them. Also has the Malefic Roar. So as compared to the Fanny, by the way, for Amal, just the Malefic Roar and the Blade of Despair. So if you're RSG Philippines, as much as possible, you have to capitalize Irad being on the lead in terms of gold, because next to him is Kusei at 9k. So there's a 2k, 3k difference. Yeah, for even the level. He's already at level 15, so might as well end the game as early as possible instead of giving Nets the time of his life on the late game.
Yeah, Irad level 15, Ima level 13. Comparison
See the
between
difference?
the two jungles. Yeah, I know, right? And damage output, I mean, we don't even need to talk about that, but we need to talk about this, the fact that the Homeboys could take back their orange buff. And yes, they will. Ima got it, but he still has not have the purple buff.
Yeah, things are... if I'm Amal, oh no, I don't have the purple buff again. It's gonna be a hard life for me. Why don't you guys make up a space? But yeah, it's 12 minutes, and look at the goal grab. It's just definitely on RSG side. That is because of the minimal control of Homeboys has on their map. 6-1-6 for Irad, by the way, on this game. So, Homeboys, they need to stick together. They need that Tyrant's Rage, Tyrant's Revenge from the Kufra, from Mal, and sweep everyone all at once.
And look at this, Nebo has no problem tanking the damage, tanking the skills, because they will trade it off with 1 kill onto Year 3 for sure. At the same time, the backline, Mal is bouncing around, tries to get away. Ude will fall again, and Mal will not be able to find his way out except by using the flicker, and Nuts will go down. Aqua will be the one to take him out. And looks like it's a 3-4-1 trade. It is a worthwhile trade for RGPH.
Yeah, and if for RSG Philippines, they'll take down this third down the middle lane. I think they can end this one.
Yeah, if they can get one more kill, definitely they will end this. And it's going to be Ima going down. It's going to be a wipeout here onto Homeboys, and RGPH will not go down without a fight. They will want to continue this on. The night is still young for RGPH.
Light guiding the way for his team, and at the same time, everyone is just doing excellent for that game number 2. And I really liked how they change up the things. First started with a change in the draft in a Lights hero, and then that Aurora pick. That was the best decision that they did during that game, and they now know how to counter Net's Claude even before being in that late game, right, Gideon?
a couple of things. I'm not gonna lie, right? First off, I will say that yes, the adjustment in the draft was good, but at the same time, they kind of, I would say they gave Nibor way too much space. Like, Edith was able to walk up in a lot of different awkward spots.
Yeah.
The same can be said about Light as well. These are very punishable moments that Homeboys were like, you know what? Let's play the mind game. Let's put the layers upon layers upon layers. If we give them that space, they might doubt themselves, and Light doesn't doubt himself ever.
He's the light. He gives the light. He lights the way.
Wow. I like that.
Yeah. Well, we call him like that in FPL Philippines. He lights the way. Yeah, because he did. Well, what's nice also here for this game is that they somehow changed how Nibor will play as the XP lane. You can do like as if you're dubbing me. Or I'm dubbing you.
Yeah. Gideon, accept it as it is.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. No, I mean, throughout this entire time, oh my god, how does Light do this? I've got 4 lights in my eyes and it's really burning. But I think the adjustments are going to be extremely important here. Oh, I can't do that anymore. Only Light can do that. But I think with the adjustments that are going to happen in the upcoming game, it feels like a game of who can adjust better on the fly. Because I definitely think that there were moments there that Homeboys did find some angles onto RSGPH, but there was just another trump card that they had in the pocket.
Yeah.
We can see the adjustment as well, right? Like, they tried something different. Like, okay, at one point, Ima was wanting to, okay, you go on the back line. You come from the back. Another fight was like, okay, Nets, you come from the back. But because of like failure after failure after failure, it just kind of stacks up, right? That creates the gap between Homeboys and also RSGPH, making doesn't matter where you come in from, at some point, you won't have enough damage to take out the members of RGPH.
Yeah, I really like that you mentioned the difference in terms of damage because again, Amos's early game wasn't really on point for Homeboys, and because they are more in the late game centric with the Claude, it means that if your Nets, as much as possible, you have those 3 items as early as like 8 minutes or maybe the double lane. But for RSG Philippines, yes, Nets has that Golden Staff Crescent and Demon Hunter Sword, but the difference is that the pokes from Irad was just too high that it's not sustainable anymore. Full item for a 13-minute game, it's as if he farmed everything that could be farmed by Amal.
I mean, Irad, he is one of the fastest farm junglers out there so far here at the SPS, right? He really it really reminds me very much of his predecessor, Demon Kite, and even before that, GB again. These guys like to farm fast, they like to make quick plays, but it begs the question, right? Amal in this position, was it okay? I'm looking at the damage numbers, I'm looking at the kill participations, 57 across the board, and yeah, damage dealt. Amal on the low end of it, honestly almost equivalent to Ma. Was the War Axe a smart buy?
For the War Axe, it was a smart buy, yes. It just so happened that for some instances, there's a decline in his effectivity because Nibor and the Light was switching their function on a team fight. Nibor was the frontliner as if he's the main tank, and then Light was just there reserving the way of the dragon for the entry point of Amal. So it's as if RSG Philippines, Amal, not today. We want another game.
And they get that other game. Because this was, again, looking from the outside in. If you didn't watch the game, you're just tuning in now. 20-7, a 13-minute game. That sounds like overwhelming odds for the side of RSGPH.
Yeah, and I want to ride on the point where you said Ira is one of the fastest jungler farmers around, right? So that really helps the fact that if he's able to farm fast, he's also able to steal away the purple buffs from Homeboys. And you having a Fanny, you must have the purple buff.
I think that was eventually going to be like the big stopping point, right? It doesn't matter if it was Homeboys or RSGPH. If you have a lead, you're pushing it into that purple buff area. It is just like a neutral objective you have to fight around just because of the nature of these assassins.
It's as if the purple buff turned out to be the turtle.
Or like a mini lord.
Yeah, like a mini lord. Again, we have a mini game every time there's gonna be a Fanny. It's a lot easier if you counter out a Fanny on a purple buff instead of a Hayabusa. And at the same time, again, because of the one step forward of the lineup of RSG or the positioning of RSG, it was a lot difficult for Homeboys. Even the synergy of the Carmilla with their idea of their lineup is somehow questionable because you want that splash damage from the Curse of Blood. But where do we get that splash damage from if the entry of the Fanny isn't good? But yeah.